Our story today is about a boy named David. David's father had many sheep, and David was in charge of taking care of those sheep. He liked to take care of those sheep, and he would often sing or play his harp while he did that, but he also had to do something very important. He had to keep the sheep safe, and that meant watching for things that could hurt the sheep. If an animal would come that might try to get one of the sheep, he would have to chase it away or kill it. One day, there was a lion that came and tried to snatch a sheep, and David put a stone in his sling and he flung it around and around, and he killed that lion. Another time, a bear came and was trying to snatch a sheep, and David quickly put a stone in his sling and he flung it round and round and round, and the stone went zing and it hit the bear, and he killed the bear too. David had several big brothers. 3 of them had gone away to be soldiers in the army. They were fighting against the Philistines, who were the enemies of Israel. And David wanted to go and help, but he stayed home and took care of the sheep. One day, his father came and said, "David, I need you to go and see your brothers and take them some food." David was happy to go, and he got ready. He took his bag and he took his sling and he took the food that his father had given him, and away he went to find his brothers. David arrived at the battlefield and he found his brothers, and he talked to them and he gave them the food that he had brought. But then all of a sudden they heard somebody shouting, and they looked. It was a giant. He was huge. He was very, very big and strong and tall, and he was saying lots of bad things against the Israelites. He was saying very bad things against God too. And he didn't like it that that man was saying such bad things about Jesus. Goliath was saying, "Send somebody over to fight with me." But all the Israelite soldiers were so afraid, and the king of Israel, Saul, was afraid too, and nobody wanted to go and fight. But David said, "I'll go." Now, David wasn't a trained soldier. He didn't have a spear or a sword or a shield. All he had was his sling. He went down to the stream that was in between the armies, and he picked up 5 stones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stones. And he put one of those stones in his sling, and he came over, and Goliath was surprised that there was someone so young coming to fight against him, and he was even more surprised that this person didn't have on armor, didn't have a sword or a spear or a shield, and he was angry. And he said, "Who's coming to me with sticks and stones?" And David said to him, "You come to me with a sword and with a spear, but I come to you in the name of the Lord." So David took his sling with the stone in it, and he started flinging it round and round and round and round, and the little stone went zing, and it hit Goliath right in the head, and Goliath fell down. The armies of Israel were so surprised, and the armies of the Philistines were even more surprised. But God gave Israel a great victory that day because David believed that God would help him. Now, have you ever fought against a great big giant? I haven't, and I don't think you have. Have you ever fought against a lion? I haven't, and I don't think you have either. But do you know the Bible tells us that Satan is kind of a lion? He tries to get us too, just like he tried to catch the sheep. And we don't have enough strength in ourselves to fight against the lion. But Jesus wants to come and he wants to help us to fight against that lion who is Satan. Our memory verse this week is 1 Samuel 17:45. It is the words that David spoke to Goliath. I come to you in the name of the Lord. I'd like you to take a minute now and say your memory verse to your mom or your dad. 1 Samuel 17:45. I come to you in the name of the Lord.